Bitcoin bears spooked us and brought us down to 106K, but the Bitcoin bulls did not give up and powered us back above 111K. Let's see what's next. Welcome back to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, I'm just reading the charts. Alright guys, it's about 3:55 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 110,000. And starting off here with the weekly chart, what's bearish right now is that we are below the 21 moving average, which is at 113,237. The stochastics RSI did roll over. We're starting to get a little curvature, but this could still take a week or two before we could start rolling back up, if that even happens. Now, what is bullish is that we have been able to maintain ourselves above this 50 moving average at 102,866. As long as we could do that, I'll be happy. If we start having candles close below the 50 moving average, to me that could signify the beginning of the bear market. Now if we go over to the 3-day chart, we could see that the stochastics are still looking like they want to roll over. We are below the key levels of the 21 and the 50 moving average, so this is not looking too good. So far we do have a green candle, but this closes in about 2 days and 5 hours. On the daily chart, stochastics are on the way down. We zoom in, we could see some life of that maybe we could start rolling back up, but it's very early to tell. Right now we would have to think that we're just going to continue coming down. We do have this head and shoulder pattern with the measure move taking us down to about 91K. We're pretty much at the neckline. Yesterday we did close a red candle below the 200 moving average, which is bearish, but since then we were able to pop back up above 111,000, and right now we're having a green candle. So this could be tweezer bottoms if we do close this in the next 4 hours. This could also be the possible inverted head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, and this could possibly be a right shoulder unless we start dropping down any lower here. So that's also a possibility. So right now it's indecisive. It could go either way, but right now the bears definitely do have the momentum on their side. Now on the other time frames, if we take a look at the 8-hour time frame, we see that the stochastics have reset and it looks like we might be on the way up, but that doesn't really mean anything unless we could get above all these moving averages here. On the 4-hour chart, this is my main chart here. Unless we could get above this 200 moving average with strength, I have to remain bearish. We got above the 200 moving average here, but look at all these wicks. This was no strength here. That's why we ended up rolling over. Stochastics are starting to get toppy. We kind of did get rejected off this 21 moving average at 110,983. So right now it is looking kind of bearish. We would have to get above 114K to start making some noise here for the bulls and start showing some strength. Now on the 1-hour chart, the stochastics are on the way down. We're showing some bearish divergence here on the stochastics RSI. This is looking like a possible inverted head and shoulder though. It's possible, but you know, we have to start curving up. So I'm actually kind of liking this. Let's see if this pattern does play out, where this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and it looks like we might be making the right shoulder now. And if that's the case, then the measured move to this would take us to about 115,500. So let's see if that ends up playing out. We have a good chance since the stochastics are about to reset. We could probably end up finish off making this right shoulder and then blast up from there. Let's see what ends up happening. Right now we were just above 110K, and that's the range that I like. Once we're below 110K, I'm not liking that, because then we could get closer to that 100K mark. Now on the 15-minute chart, we see that the stochastics are getting toppy. We are above moving averages, but I'm not liking these 2 wicks right here. This is showing that we don't have strength, and if we close this, which is pretty much in the next minute, we could start rolling over, especially with the stochastics RSI being like this. We would have to hold on to this 200 moving average to kind of remain a little bit bullish for the short term, and that's at 109,514. So right now guys, what's important is this 4-hour chart, us getting first above this 21 moving average and especially above this 200 moving average. But on the daily, what we would want is to at least get above this 200 moving average and close green, and that's above 109,462. And right now with the price range in the late 109K and 110K, it looks like it's possible that we could do that. All right guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.